Hello and welcome back to the channel. It has been a tiny bit since I made a video, and as you can see in the title, this will be my halfway review, I guess, of Way of Kings. I kind of did this for the Mistborn books, and I just want to give my thoughts on the first 500 pages of this behemoth, because I know when I have my full review of this book, it will be sometime. I've been reading this book for a good amount, but I really buckled down for the last month and read a lot. So I am, as you can see, on page 504, and I just want to make a halfway review. I will have spoilers too, but like I'll keep it spoiler free at the start, and then I'll tell you when it's spoilers. But yeah, just because when I make my review, I obviously won't remember the whole thing, especially the first half, so I'll get my thoughts out there first, but I'll still talk about the first half as much as I can remember. So yeah, like I said, I'm halfway through, and I am in I think I'm in part 3, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just, oh, it's right here. Where is it? Yeah, part 3. I'm in part 3. And yeah, overall, spoiler free, I am absolutely loving it. 1,000-page book, you might think it'd be dull at points, but honestly, I don't really find any of it dull per se. Some of the viewpoints I don't like as much as other ones, but you're gonna have those. You're gonna have your favorites. Like the author is projecting a main character, and then there's gonna be other characters. So yeah, I think that's what I'm feeling here. Obviously, Kaladin, he's my favorite character, and he's the one who I want every chapter to be about. Aydahlynn, Dalinar, and Shallan, they're all very like side characters to me. Shallan is like, I haven't really had like much with her yet, but I am interested in her plot that she wants to steal something from this high princess to help her family out. So it's a very moral dilemma to help yourself or steal something. And then I really like that growing plot with Shallan, how I don't really want to spoil anything, but I'll talk about that in spoilers. Aydahlynn and Dalinar, I really like their dynamic. Aydahlynn, the son of Dalinar, very like royal like dynamic. I do find their part. I put the book down for like a month or two because I was stuck in a chapter with Dalinar, and I just thought Aydahlynn and Dalinar, their parts aren't my favorite. Truly, I just want to get back to the Kaladin chapters. They're the most interesting. I find his struggles the most interesting, and I find just his attitude and the way he upholds himself. The characters around him too, not just Kaladin, but the characters in Kaladin's chapters, like Rock, Syl, and the other Bridge 4 members. Even Gaz, like, he's not a good character, but I love seeing him because, I don't know, I can't really explain that, actually. I like people, I like the Kaladin group. I like all the characters in his, group. Yeah, so that's kind of spoiler-free there. Talking about the characters, our Kaladin obviously is the best, and I think all the people, everyone who's read this book obviously probably agree. Shallan is not like I don't like her. I'm actually in the middle of a Shallan chapter, and in no way am I finding it boring. I find it very interesting. There's a little mystery aspect to it, and kind of a mini heist, honestly. But okay, I just have to get into spoilers now. So if you have not read the book, please leave. Or at least for the first half of the book if you have not read the first half. Okay, yeah, spoilers. Shallan, her plot essentially, obviously if you've read the book, is she wants to steal the Soulcaster from Yasna. I think that's how you say it. I think it's Yasna. I don't think you pronounce the J. Anyway, yeah, so she wants to steal it, but then she has a growing admiration for Yasna, which I really like that. I like how this person goes in to steal something. Instead, she is having a moral dilemma of, does she steal it? But she's starting to like this person. She likes the scholarship aspect to it and the philosophical aspect to it with Yasna, and she thinks Yasna is a very good mentor, but she needs to save her family back home. I really like that dynamic, and I haven't really had much of Shallan, honestly, in the first half. Mostly it has been Aydahlynn, Dalinar, and Kaladin. But I really like, I'm looking forward to seeing more Shallan, is what I'm trying to say. Kaladin, obviously, is the most we've had of him. I love his character so much. What he's been through, I'm so curious on why he was either kicked out of the army or he left the army and he became a slave. That's like one of the biggest plot points that I'm just so interested to find out. The Bridge Fort, I love I love that found family trope. That's probably going to be my favorite trope of all time. It's just, I love all the characters, mostly the like Teft, Rock, and Kaladin. Those three are probably my favorite. Syl too. Every time she comes in the page, or comes on the page, I really like to see her. I think I made a few notes. I don't know if I can tell where I made them, but I made some about Syl somewhere in here. I don't know if I'll be able to find them, but they're somewhere in here. Somewhere in this behemoth of a book. The point is, I wrote down about Syl, how, oh, right there. If I can find this, did I write anything down? Usually don't note take my books, but, I really like, I don't know why I note took that, anyway. I'm trying to find, the point is that Syl and Kaladin, Syl is just not really even a human, but she's finding out, more about humans, and, she didn't even know what a lie is, and I love like the aspects where she's trying to figure out what a human is, and she's becoming more human-like, and she's helping Kaladin and the group get like the weeds to fund their food and things like that. I just finished a chapter with Kaladin where he tried the shoulder carry technique. And that was a whole pile of mess, you know. Yeah, so obviously you think, I think the chapter's called Shoulder Carry, and you would think going into it, like, that it's going to be a huge success, they're going to win the whole thing, or not win the whole thing, but they're not going to lose any members, they're going to win the battle to get the Gem Heart, I think it's called. But, obviously, Brandon Sanderson has to put a little twist in there, and it actually works out for their Bridge Fort. It works out perfectly for them. No one dies, and no one gets hurt. It's perfect. But it messes up the other bridge crews, because they went too fast, and then the other bridge crews had to hurry up, and then they tried the shoulder technique, which they didn't practice, and it messed up, because a bunch of people died on their team, on the other bridge crews. So, I like that little twist in there. Closer to the beginning, it's a bit hard, because if you read over a few months, it's hard to remember some things. I also really like the interludes with Szeth. I think that's how you pronounce it. His name. I like how you get to see his life after he murdered a king, which is in the first sentence of the book. And what's going to happen to him, and what he has to live through after killing a king. Not that I sympathize with him, or yeah. So, I think that is all I have to say. The interludes are very interesting because I did some research, and apparently some of them are world hoppers, which is very interesting to see. I've never really thought of the aspect as world hoppers, but yeah, I'm really excited to continue with the series, continue with the Cosmere, and yeah, that's my review of the first half of Way of Kings. Hope you enjoyed, thanks for listening, and see you next time.